Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's your girl Amina, and this is my channel Amina, and today we are discussing overnights of season 28 of The Bachelor. Alright, you guys, so overnights, it's getting serious. Everything's spicy. The girls finally get alone time with Joey. They get their dates and they get to go home with Joey and spend a little quality time. So let's get into what happened. Alright, so they kind of switched it up this season. So now they brought the golden women to come and speak to the ladies about their experience and just listen to them and just basically give their opinions on the situation, help them out and how to navigate everything. And so we first start off with Rachel, and she's giving Susan from the Golden Bachelor. I love Susan, and I really felt like she gave solid advice. She heard Rachel out, and she just said, just be yourself and just put yourself out there for love. Like, don't hold back. Rachel, she tends to not really show a lot of emotion, and so I thought that was really good advice to give her at that time. She also gave her advice that you can't love anyone until you love yourself. So Rachel really needed to hear these things going into her date. And I feel like she was very encouraged. But going into this date, Joey, he's very excited. He does talk about how Rachel hasn't been emotionally available like the rest of the women. And so he was kind of looking forward to this date to kind of try to break down those walls from Rachel. And they go on his dates where they are jumping and diving into the water. I thought it was a cute date. I'm just like, finally, an adventurous date that the girls aren't complaining about how scared they are. Like Rachel, I mean, as you get higher, you'll have a little bit of pause. But Rachel and Joey seem to be enjoying it, and it was great. But everything doesn't always stay great. They jump into the water as they get higher up. And Rachel, she seems to have hurt her jaw. And Joey is like, he could tell that something is wrong, but Rachel, she wants to continue her date. She's trying to push off that she is hurt, but the girl couldn't even open her mouth. The girl couldn't even open her mouth. I'm like, you have to go to the hospital. Like, that is crazy. And I don't understand how she even hurt her jaw jumping into the water. I don't know, maybe the pressure. But you guys, I felt so bad for Rachel. You could see it in her face. She was very disappointed that this happened on her day. I know anyone would be disappointed. But Joey, you know, Joey being Joey, and he took her to the hospital. He stayed there with her. I was actually very, like, happy that he did stay with her throughout the whole process. I thought they were just going to send the girl in an ambulance and she was just going to go. And that was the end of her day. But no, they did tests and everything, and her jaw was fine. It just probably was a little bit sore from the pressure, and they were able to continue their date and go into dinner together. Rachel talks about like her past relationships and everything, and the fact that this girl was willing to put off that her jaw hurts for this man, I don't know. She cares deeply for this man. I don't feel like that was the right thing to do at the time, but I'm glad that she did go see help at the date. But her and Joey, I feel like their connection was growing. She kind of did let down some walls while they were on their dates. So I know Joey appreciated that a lot. Now, Joey did give her the key so that they can go and have an overnight. But honestly, I just hope that they didn't do their thing, because I feel like them two, I don't feel like their relationship is there yet. They really needed to spend that time to like talk things out. And it seems like Joey did get to see a better side of Rachel. He did state that he saw a different side of her. So that was good. And I feel like Rachel did give all that she could give. She did say she is a slow burn, but I don't know if that's going to work in her favor. All right, then moving into Kelsey A. She was picked with Leslie from the Golden Bachelor. So both Leslie and Kelsey, they both share the same experience of losing their mother at a very young age. And so I felt like that was a good pair to pair them up together. But the only thing is, it's very controversial right now that everyone believes that Leslie was kind of negative in a sense during her talk with Kelsey than more than positive. And I will say, I will have to agree, it was more negative. But I also feel like it was Leslie being real. Like, there are other women. You have to think in the back of your mind, if you're not a type of person that's strong enough to deal with the heartbreak, you need to be prepared for it. And Leslie, I guess she wasn't prepared for her heart to get broken. And so she's just trying to look out for, I feel like she was just trying to look out for for Kelsey. I don't feel like she was trauma dumping on her. I feel like this is her being realistic. Yes, Leslie is probably still hurt from the situation. She was in love. But at the same time, these women sometimes you have to hear things that might be hard. And it is what it is. All Kelsey can do is put herself out there, let Joey know how she feels. And, you know, if she's going to be the one that's for him, then she's going to be the one. He's going to pick her. But at the back of your mind, you still have to know that there are other women. So I felt like that was solid advice to me. But this date with Kelsey and Joey, honestly, you guys, I just feel like Kelsey, she did exactly that. She put herself out there. She was really like happy and giddy throughout her whole date with him. Like, I mean, she just couldn't stop kissing the man. Like, she put herself out there. She told him that she loved him several times. She reassured him several times. Like, you guys, like, I'm like, Joey, this girl loves you. Do you love her? And towards the end of the date, he does tell her that he is falling in love with her. And I was like, wow, like, I feel like Kelsey's it. Kelsey is it. He didn't tell Rachel that he loved her. So he told Kelsey. I'm like, I think Kelsey won. They really do have a good connection, you guys. And this is crazy because I was not a fan of Kelsey. But now here we are. It's kind of like a puppy dog love. Like, even when they go back to the overnight, they start swimming together and having fun. They talk about serious things and they just connect on a different level than I feel like if I'm comparing it from Rachel's date to Kelsey's date. Now, Rachel's date was kind of cheated a little bit, but I still had that overnight, so they still have time. And I don't know, you guys, from what I saw, Kelsey, I don't know. She might be it. All right, and then we had Daisy and Sandra. Now, before we even get into what they've discussed, I don't understand why they chose Sandra. I mean, she was very funny on The Golden Bachelor, but I don't know. I feel like they should have picked women that kind of lasted longer during their season so they can understand a little bit more. Maybe the women that did actually go into the overnights, that would have been better. But nonetheless, Sandra did a really good job with her advice, giving her motherly advice. Everyone's just saying, just put yourself out there. That's all you can really do. And I loved her advice of making things a little spicy. For Daisy, we see this sweet girl, but Daisy, we need to see some spice. I know Joey wants to see some spice from you. So I thought Sandra gave some really good, solid advice for Daisy. And Daisy took that advice. As soon as she saw her man, she couldn't stop kissing him either. She took that advice and ran with it, as she should. These moments, every single second now counts. You guys, we're coming up with an engagement soon. So you have to fight for your man. Put yourself out there. If he's going to be for you, he's going to be for you. But at least you tried and you did everything that you could. I'm really glad that we are seeing this side of Daisy. This is Daisy letting her guard down. I feel like Daisy was a little bit more open, a little bit more vulnerable, and also a little spicy. Like, she was a total package. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I just thought that Kelsey had the bag. Now, here we are with Daisy. Daisy's giving it her all. She's not going out without a fight either. And so, I don't know, Rachel, you weren't fighting hard enough. And Joey said in the beginning of the date that he felt like out of all the women that Rachel wasn't emotionally available to him. So, I don't know, you guys. It's looking like Rachel might go home. But we can't have an episode without any drama. And of course, Kelsey, after her date with Joey, she started thinking more about what Leslie said. And she's just getting in her head. And she just said that she has to talk to Joey. She wrote a note that she needed to talk to Joey and before they go into the rose ceremony. And I don't know, you guys. I don't know what she's gonna talk to him about. She said that she needed to talk to him immediately before the rose ceremony. So I'm just like, what haven't you talked to Joey about that you need to talk to him now? It was kind of strange. And it stressed Joey out even more. Joey does not want to get down on his knee and propose to a woman and they say no again. I don't think any man's ego can take that twice. So, I don't know, you guys. They left us on a cliffhanger. So, we don't even know who's going to go home. But, if I had to put a guess, I would say that it's Rachel. I'm just going to say it. Rachel hasn't been emotionally available. We have both Daisy and Kelsey both affirming Joey, letting him know that they love him. They are in love with him. And Joey has said it back to both of these women. Rachel's going home. Rachel's going home. Unless Kelsey has something, you know, crazy to say and it just turns everything, I think that Rachel's going home. Drop below who you think is going home next episode. And we are getting into the Women Tell All. So all the drama, all the gossip is coming up, you guys. I'm really excited. So we will see you guys next week. Drop below who you think is going to go home and what kind of tea are you excited to hear for at the Women Tell All. And I'll see you guys next time.